I know I'm not the only one to ever feel pressure over collecting my dolls. Usually the pressure is from them either being for little kids, and I'm too old for that, or they're just creepy. But around mid-last year, MGA presented us with a question that hadn't been so blatantly asked since their first smash hit doll, Bratz, back in the aughts. This question took the form of the grown-up sister versions of their already insanely popular LOL surprise line, LOL OMG dolls. The first impressions were very reminiscent of Bratz dolls with their large heads, curvature, and style. That has led many to either jokingly or seriously calling them whore dolls. Also reminiscent of their earlier line of Bratz dolls is the incredibly detailed accessories, stylized dolls, and faces of the current age. Bratz were some of the early dolls that took an almost anime or chibi look. LOL and their big sister counterparts seem to take some indirect inspiration from the current obsession with emojis. OMG dolls are not under fire because of their unusual facial sculpt, though. It was MGA's choices to create them with anatomically correct chests, that's right, they have nipples, and painted panties that really beg the question of why they bothered painting anything right there, as the dolls seem more suggestive with them than without. The extreme body curvature has been both praised and criticized as being, not as thin as dolls in the past. But with the more extreme body sculpt, it still shows a difficult-to-attain beauty standard being represented by the dolls. So why would MGA create dolls that so many people would criticize or refuse to buy for their daughters? And why would they use a line of dolls that had been so loved by 68-year-old girls to launch them? I definitely want some opinions on this, but I think it's because they were an attempt to keep the attention of kids as they grew older. The same kids who originally loved LOL Surprise were fast approaching the age kids tend to grow out of dolls. Thus, the dolls needed to grow with them or forever lose them as a market. MGA was also filling a void that was becoming too much to take in the adult doll community after the loss of Monster High and Ever After High. The extreme detail, articulation, and style that seems straight from Instagram that so many clamor after hit multiple desires of the adult doll collector community, whilst encouraging the girls who originally collected the smaller LOL dolls to stay with the franchise as a promise that the dolls would grow up with them. This has had a variety of effects on the doll collectors of all ages, from customizers who craved a new blank slate for their artwork, collectors seeking the fun unboxing experience and doll with more detail than many at the same price point, parents collecting alongside their kids, and of course the little kids onto the newest toy craze of their childhoods. While the popularity of the doll set now makes sense despite objections for their appropriateness, we do have to look at the actual question of the appropriateness of these dolls. Because different families have different views on what is appropriate in a doll, demand is created for a wide variety of dolls to suit those different views. These dolls just fit one niche of them. Dolls have a magical ability to be used by parents to help reinforce their family's values, or check via roleplay a child's understanding of social concepts and allowing for teachable moments in a safe environment. Variety in or use of unusual dolls can actually help with this, as they bring up questions within a child that wouldn't have been obvious to ask, such as discussion with a little girl about what puberty is when she asks why her doll has those bumps on her chest. These dolls in particular led to a scenario I didn't really expect at all. When I asked one of the doll groups I'm in who did the collecting, them or their kids, one answer that came up repeatedly was, "I collect the OMG dolls, and my kids collect the LOL Tot dolls." And I adore this, because these dolls are being used to bridge a gap between children to adulthood in a healthy way. When a child can see their parent enjoying what they like because they like it, it can give them courage to stand for what they like at school amongst their peers. They know it's okay because adults like it too. The adults have a bonding point with their children and are better able to keep an eye on what their kids are playing with because they are involved in the hobby. And because they are the ones with the older dolls, they can have a reason for supervised playtime, which can open the door to those healthy questions about body shape and function, or even social structure, like why some aesthetic cultures have a particular look, like Candylicious and Harajuku, and what that can mean to belong to that kind of a group. Do you always have to dress that way? Does it mean you have to act or think certain ways? Because of the nature of dolls in general, and the fact that these ones actually almost seem designed to be sold to adults, they make for great teaching moments for your kids, if you are creative and brave enough. That said, they may not be right for every kid or every family. These are one line of dolls filling a few niches. There is such a wide variety of dolls available on the market you can use to help your kids roleplay, express themselves, or just generally enjoy that can be a closer fit to your family's values. It's okay if LOL OMG isn't your cup of tea. But that is all just my opinion, and there really isn't any reason mine is more important than yours. Do you wish MGA did something different with the design of their fashion doll version of the LOL Surprise line? How do you think dolls should be designed to still appeal to older kids? I look forward to hearing some new thoughts from you fellow doll fans. Peace out!